Welcome to another Elevate Wednesday at the Victoria Truth Center, whether you are joining us in person or online. What a delight to be in community with you this Wednesday evening. So we are here and we come together basically to do one thing and one thing only. And whether we're coming together on a Wednesday, on a Sunday, or anywhere in between, what we're doing is we're remembering that there's only one thing going on. And it really doesn't matter what you call it. Some people call it universe, some call it source, love, spirit, creativity, energy. At VTC, we like to talk a lot about love. In fact, we like to talk about living life lovingly. But it really doesn't matter what you call it because it's the thing that we are celebrating. It's the thing that we are leaning into. It's the thing that we are reminding each other and ourselves that is the only thing that is going on. And because it's the only thing, that each and every one of us is that. And not just a little bit, not just sometimes, but all of it, all the time. And we are the ones who get to decide how much of that love, that creativity, that joy, that beauty, those infinite possibilities of the quantum field we experience at any given moment. And this month, we're going to be talking a lot about how the present moment is so essential for that experiencing, because the present moment is the only true moment of creativity. So, how is that sounding on a Wednesday evening to all those here, all those online? Ooh, yeah. All right, thank you. So let us remember where we are doing all of this remembering and championing and acknowledging and expanding, that we are on the unceded lands of the Lekwungen people, the Songhees and Esquimalt nations. And if we take a look at the Songhees website, there is this really great quote on there that says, "I am proud of our community's strength, integrity, and vision. We are the keepers of the spirit of our ancestors and of the generations to come." And so if we just sort of take a look at that statement, that declaration, that really speaks to what it is that we're doing here too. We're remembering who we are, each and every one of us. We're remembering who everyone and everything is. Everyone that's come before and everyone that is yet to come, including the land, the wind, the rain, the sea. And so what a gift and a blessing it is to be able to create, to live and breathe and work and play on these beautiful stewarded lands. Haishka. So let us move on to a reflective tune with the Elevate Trio. Just taking a few moments to be present with what is. Allowing for the music to linger, for even the space to breathe in all of those melodies and turns of phrase. Knowing that as the sanctuary continues to breathe in all of that artistry and beauty and harmony and love, that every single fiber of our being is being opened up to a greater appreciation of creativity, of beauty, of presence. And so grateful for the opportunity to be together, to witness, to enjoy, to come together in friendship and community, knowing that every single moment that we come together to expand our mind and open our heart and activate our soul is another opportunity to live life lovingly together. So grateful for all the love that is present, knowing that there is always so much more, and so it is. Thank you, gentlemen. If you would like to express your appreciation for the band, please do so. It was so beautiful. Pablo, what was it?
A song called The Peacocks by Bill Evans.
Bill Evans, the Peacocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. It's so gorgeous. I don't know if I know that tune, but wow, it was so beautiful. All right, so it is the first Wednesday of the month, and we are going to introduce our new theme for the month, which is power. And instead of having a few shares, I'm going to invite one of our very own to come up to the stage and have a little conversation about power. And the affirmation, the point of power of my life is right here, right now. So Keely, come on up to the stage. Let's sit in the comfy chairs. It's a talk show. So, no, just a few minutes. So power. What's coming up for you when you lean into that word, that concept?
I feel like it's creating space for creativity to be expressed from myself. At least that's how it feels for me.
Yeah.
I just find, like, when I was sitting there listening to the music, when I just sat in it, I was seeing all these beautiful visuals of these people dancing on a train.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just feel like for me that was a moment of power.
Yeah.
Because instead of it just being the music, it was the music creating this whole, like, magical story. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now that we have an entire month to lean into what power looks and feels like, is there anything that's coming up for you with the affirmation and the idea of the present moment being the point of power?
Yeah. Well, I find it's like if you're skiing on a mountain and you're just imagining already being at the bottom instead of enjoying the process of skiing, you're not really going to enjoy the process.
Right.
So it's like you can have aspirations and goals, but it's like being in the moment is where the actual power is, because that's where you learn all the things that are going to make it so worthwhile being in the place you want to be at.
Right on. So the journey, just as important every step of the way.
Yeah.
Being there for it, everything that's coming up along the way, not just the goal.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Keely. All right, so the next few Wednesdays, we'll have a few more shares, but thank you, Keely, for your insights and wisdom. And now we're going to move on to our feature tune.
Well, this is fun. You see, the idea of power, when we were thinking about, well, when I was thinking about power and what song for a feature tune might be nice, this tune came up. And I realize now, upon hearing Lesia's wise words, that this is not really a song about feeling your power or stepping into your own autonomy or creative agency in life, but it is one about observing the power of part of what it means to be alive. And to me, that's what I was kind of thinking about power. It's always a blessing to have a few weeks to explore these themes, because you can look at them from different directions. So when I was thinking about power, I was imagining power like a storm. Did anybody else lose their power this week? I mean, their electricity in their house. Oh, nice.
I was on a ferry boat going to Vancouver.
Ooh, that was exciting.
We were on the last ferry before it was Monday.
Yeah, just thinking about the power of storms, the power of emotions, the power of moments. So that's where this song came from. This is a very old tune. You'll certainly recognize it when we get to the chorus, but we'll leave you a little bit guessing for the verse. She's a fool, and don't I know it? But a fool can have her charms. I'm in love, and don't I show it like a babe in arms? Love, that same old situation. Lately I've not slept away since this silly situation has me on the brain. I'm wild again, beguiled again, a simpering, whimpering child again, bewitched, bothered and bewildered. Am I couldn't sleep, wouldn't sleep, and love came and told me I shouldn't sleep. Bewitched, bothered and bewildered. Am I? Lost my heart, but what of it? She's cold, I agree. She might laugh, but I love it. Although the laughs sound bleak, I'll sing to her, bring spring to her, and long for the day when I'll cling to her, bewitched, bothered and bewildered. Am I? spring to her and long for the day when I'll cling to her, bewitched, bothered and bewildered,
Woo! Oh, magic. Wow, thank you, Pablo Cardenas, Peter Dowse, and Kelby MacNayr. Woo, what a treat. Thank you, guys. Bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. I have felt that way for so many weeks now. So many weeks. And part of it has to do with Glenn and I are taking a class right now with mostly Americans. And so there's been a lot of talk about the US election, which just happened. And we're also in a group that meets once a week, much more intimate. I've talked about it before. And so there's been talk in that group about the election coming up and what just happened. And then I'm also part of the international 9D transformational breathwork community, in which there are a lot of Americans. And so there was stuff about going on. It was like, wow, this is just so prevalent. And so that, combined with some personal stuff that's happened in the last few weeks for me, really did have me feeling bewitched, bothered, and bewildered about why is it that I'm feeling like this? Why is it that I am entertaining these thoughts and having these feelings when kind of like, I know better, like I don't want to feel this way, so why don't I just shift my focus and focus on something that feels better? The allure of this, however, has been very, very alluring. And so my talk probably changed, like 4 times today, including the slide that I had for it, because I just kept thinking, this is what wants to come up, this is what wants to come up. And then there was a point for several hours where I'm like, I have no idea what I want to talk about today. I have no idea what wants to be shared today, because I'm feeling so discombobulated with a couple of things that are going on for me. And then supporting people with how they're feeling about what now happened in the US election. And so here at VTC, we are considered a new thought community. And whether we talk about science of mind principles or we talk about unity principles, divine science, it really doesn't matter, because it's pretty much the same thing that we're talking about, just slightly different terminology. And it basically comes down to, there's one thing going on, call it whatever it is that works for you. Everyone and everything is that. And we create our reality according to how we use our mind. And I like to add how we open our heart. And so we create our reality according to what it is that we choose to focus on, where it is that we choose to put our attention. And even knowing that, and even after 7+ years of consciousness studies and being a minister and being a licensed spiritual practitioner and supporting other people in shifting perspective and choosing something different to focus on so that they can create a different life experience for themselves and feel better about themselves and about life, there are still periods of time for me where it's challenging. And these last few weeks have been challenging. So I have to say that in the midst of all of that was the Intuitive Arts Festival this past weekend. And we were there, including some helpers from the community, thank you. And it was such a delight and such a joy to talk to people and connect with people and meet new people. Speaking of, we have someone here brand new who's here today because we met at the Intuitive Arts Festival. Welcome. And then we have people that we met there last year who are here, which is super exciting too. And so in that space and in that incredible, amazing opportunity to connect with the new, was just so much joy and so much love and so much positivity, which was great because on either side of it, it just kind of felt heavy for me. And so today I was really sitting in this, and at one point I even talked to Glenn, my husband, and just said, I don't know what I'm going to talk about because I'm in the middle of stuff. And if there's one big rule that we are taught when we go into ministerial studies is don't work your shit out from the podium. And so we are taught to speak from the scar and not the wound, right? You know, here are the insights that I gained going through this kind of stuff. And so for me, still being in the thick of some of this, it's like, ugh, this is uncomfortable. So how cool it was that you guys just played that song, you know, which isn't necessarily about that, but those 3 words, you know, bewitched, bothered, and bewildered. Well, man, I have been so bewitched about the collective consciousness of what is going on and just sort of fascinated and pulled in and wondering, why are people so wrapped up about this? Why is it creating so much darkness and so much negativity in so many people? When if you look at the election results that happened in the States yesterday, you know, half of the country thought that this was a good idea. And when we sort of, you know, strip away all of the ideas and all of the choices, these are people making these choices, people who have families, people who want to have a roof over their head and put food on the table and have a job and feel good about life. Like that's what a lot of us want, right? And yet when ideas come into play, then all of a sudden people are their ideas and they're different from what I believe. And oh my gosh, how can we possibly ever get along? And because so much of that was happening south of the border, it actually reminded me and stirred up in me a lot of memories about what COVID was like here and how there was a good long time where I just thought, oh my gosh, this country is going to hell in a handbasket, including our province, and I don't know if I want to stay here for this anymore. And yet, here we are, because we made a choice. A conscious choice to go, even though all of this stuff is going on, I know that there is that in me. We're going to call it power. There is that power in me that is bigger and more creative and more profound, that is more resilient, that is pure essential love. And that transcends everything. So it doesn't matter so much what it is that is going on around me. It's how I choose to respond to what is going on around me. It's not the stuff, it's what I think about the stuff. And so this is when it got really important for me in the last few weeks, in the last few days especially, to use my tools so that I could shift my focus onto something that I wanted to feel rather than feeling bewitched, bothered, and bewildered about what it is that I was feeling and being so frustrated and annoyed that that's what I was choosing to feel. So today when I was asking Glenn for some help, he brought out my favorite book, The Alchemist. I don't know how many times I've read this book. Every summer, 2 to 3 times for sure. And so it's not summer, so I haven't picked it up in a while. But he showed me a page, which I have a whole bunch of underlining here. And so I just wanted to read some of it because to me, it really, really talks about what the affirmation of the month is, about how the point of power of our life is in the present moment. And so in this scene, there's a camel driver of the caravan that is talking to a fortune teller and asking about the future versus the past versus the present. And, you know, he wants to know so that he knows what's coming up. But the fortune teller has some wise words to tell him. So he says, when people consult me, it's not that I'm reading the future, I am guessing at the future. The future belongs to God. And it is only He who reveals it under extraordinary circumstances. The important part here to note is, the secret here is in the present. If you pay attention to the present, you can improve upon it. And if you improve upon the present, what comes later will also be better. And so this is exactly what I really want to lean into this month. That the only only true moment of creativity, the only point of power is right here, right now. Because unless we are fully present in this moment right here, right now, we're either being pulled into some kind of memory that we're associating with, or we're being pulled into a possibility that may or may not happen in the future. Where we have the real power, where the power that we are lies, is in the present. And it's up to us. Every single moment we get to choose. Every single moment we get to decide, am I going to focus on right here, right now? Or am I going to allow myself to get dragged into the past, into a memory, into something that was so alluring and familiar that that's what I'm going to sink into? Or am I going to create anxiety about something that hasn't and maybe won't even happen in the future? What do I want to feel? What do I want to experience? I want to be present. I want to be right here, right now. But sometimes it can be really, really challenging to do that, because if we are stuck in the limbic part of our brain, which is associated with anxiety and overwhelm and negativity and all of the negative emotions, it can be really challenging to get out of that part of the brain into a different part of the brain so that we can actually be present. And so that's when it gets really, really important to get into our body. So whether it is focusing on the breath, like we were doing before we were meditating today, whether it is actually doing something tactile so that we can actually feel and just really, really lean into what are we sensing with that physical sensation of touch, whether it is tuning into something that we can hear, something that is barely audible in the distance, or the sound that is the closest to us, whether it is something that we can taste and just sort of swirl around in our mouth and really feel the texture. All of those little mindful practices are opportunities to be fully present to what is happening right here, right now. And when we become fully present, then we can make choices that are more in alignment with the truth of who and what we are. And so the talk title for tonight is Be Here Now. And when I was looking for a photo, I don't know what I was looking for, but this is the one that popped out at me, not just because it's yellow, because it's a sign. And how many times do we sort of look for signs, or get tripped up by signs, or get distracted by signs? And so here I thought, be here now. There's no missing that, right? But we get distracted all the time. We get pulled out of the present moment all the time. And so it's important for us to have these little signs or these little reminders around us. And as I was putting on my jewelry today, I was remembering that, oh yeah, this band that I'm wearing on my right hand, it's from the affiliated New Thought Network conference that I was at last month. And it's reminding me that I'm open to boundlessness. And it's about next level consciousness. I have this little copper bracelet that I got there too that says, I am love. So I look at this and I'm like, there's a reminder. I made a sticker that was supposed to be for the Intuitive Arts Festival, but they didn't come in time. But I have it on my water bottle now, and to remember to breathe and to love, or to breathe love, or to breathe and call myself love, right? And this coming together here as a community, this is another reminder. So whatever it is that you need to do to set yourself up to be reminded that you are infinitely more powerful, creative, and resilient than anything you could ever think, believe, or feel, than anything you could ever experience, it's up to you to do it. Because you know what? There isn't necessarily someone around to do it for us, right? Okay, so the point of power of my life is right here, right now. That is the affirmation that we're leaning into this month. And with that affirmation, I invite you to also lean into whatever discomfort and discombobulation there might be, because that's all part of being present too. It's not just about glossing over and just going, oh, I'm bigger and more powerful than that, whoosh, sweep it under the carpet. No, there's good information coming up sometimes when we are bewitched, bothered, and bewildered, and it's worth paying attention to, because if we don't grow. right? We just close ourselves down, we end up playing small, and then we still have whatever it is that's niggling away at us for some tender, loving care, some attention. It's still there, and at some point it'll erupt at the most inopportune time, maybe, out of proportion to whatever it is that's going on around us. So being present to what is, embracing everything that is coming up, knowing that all of it wants to be attended to, and that it's up to us to pay that attention. So in the song, Step Into Your Power, the lyrics go, all you need you already own. It was given to you on the day that you were born. Step on up, step into your power. So many times we look outside of ourselves for help. So many times we look outside of ourselves to try and get fixed. There's nothing broken. There is nothing about us that has to be fixed. When we tune into the power that we truly are, when we remember that we are wholeness personified, that we are allness expressing, that we are infinite creativity, resilience, and love in action every moment of every day, even the most challenging of times, challenging of situations, challenging of people become easier to navigate, because we're navigating as the power we are, rather than from all the challenges that we might be experiencing. So in the book again, the secret is in the present. If you pay attention to the present, you can improve upon it. If you improve on the present, what comes later will also be better. Simplified, what Paulo Coelho is writing in The Alchemist is, what we focus on expands. So what do you want to focus on? What do you want to create more of with the attention that you're paying? The choice is always, always up to you. And so if you want to improve upon the present, the most important thing that you can do is be here now. Thank you, and so it is. So, moving right along. So our intention is that whatever we offer here at VTC, people leave feeling better than they did when they walked in. So if you are feeling inspired, expanded, uplifted, more connected, more aligned in some way, then now is an opportunity to share in your generosity of spirit, share in your generosity of love. So there are many different ways to donate or offer love. You can do it by e-transfer. We do have a credit card machine. There are also little envelopes by the silver bowl there where you can put some money in if you would like. If you do, please write your name and information on there so that our treasurer knows who to credit, okay? However it is that you are offering of your love and generosity today, I invite you to place your hands on your heart as we declare this abundance affirmation together. In gratitude I give, in gratitude I receive. By embracing generosity with enthusiasm and delight, I celebrate the infinite possibilities of living life lovingly, and so it is. And so I invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze as we steep ourselves in gratitude and appreciation, as we allow that generosity of spirit to just grow and expand and move outward into the community and the world. So grateful for all the love that is shared, for all the love that is available, all the incredible, amazing opportunities there are to heal, to grow, to expand, and to connect. So for all of the offerings of love, I am so eternally grateful, knowing that all of it goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. So for all the love that is present and all the love that is on its way, I simply say thank you for it all, and so it is. All right, some announcements. This Sunday is Friendship Sunday, and Kelby MacNayr over there is going to be one of the band that's going to be playing on Sunday. So if you would like to experience VTC on a Sunday, this is a great opportunity to come, because this is the Sunday when people bring a friend or two. There's a potluck lunch. We get to hang out afterwards, and it's just a super fun time. All right, I'm going to show the video again for this. You guys all have the little thing on your seats. There is the QR code on here that you can scan to get to the online ticket link. But let's hear from Amy herself, especially for those of you who weren't here last week to see this video.
Greetings, Vancouver Island. It's me, Amy Steinberg. I'm so excited to come and visit you. Yeah, light the world with my light. 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 We're gonna light it up in November. I'm gonna be giving a concert in the afternoon on the Saturday. I'm there. On Sunday, I'll be giving the music and message. Always about love. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Can't wait to give my love. 'Cause love is the only thing that comes through. Yeah, love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. Yeah, love is the only truth. I can't wait to be with you, to show you all about my gratitude and my joy that overflows through my music and through my art. On Sunday, after I give music and message, we're going to do an art workshop. It's going to be just so good. It's going to be so good. Juice filling up my veins. Taking on the decadence. Goodness reigns. Lead me on the throne with ease. Rich with infinite potentialities. We think money has value. Listen, this paper, metal, electronic transmission. We get what we give. We are unique. We breathe. Cannot just give. Cannot just receive. This law of circulation. Money secondary. You and that is a thing you can carry. As I advance on my journey, I see there is a power for good and it can use me. So come on out and light up the world with me. Light up the world with my light. Light up the world with my light. Light up the world with my light. Do not miss this. It's going to be a blast. Light up the world with my light. I can't wait to be with you, Lesia, and your community, and all of Vancouver Island. I've never been before. I'm so excited. And I love you already.
Okay, so there are 20 tickets left for the workshop. There are more left for the concert, because we can fill 60 people here, but only 20 tickets left for the workshop. So if you go to the QR code on the little thing, then it will take you to the online ticket link, and then you just choose either option where it says choose one option, and then all three options will show up: concert workshop or concert workshop combo. You save $5 if you do the concert workshop combo. If you have a little coffee shop or something in your neighborhood and you're able to hang this up, or you have some friends that you can tell, then please do, because this is a huge deal, bringing up Amy Steinberg from North Carolina to do her one-woman show here. It's going to be phenomenal. Thank you for being here with us for another Elevate, in person, online. We love you. We appreciate you. We're so glad you're here. We'll see you next week.